Welcome to San Diego Part 3. This time we go to...
today we are going to...
Farmer's Market.
Then
we're going to go to a really cool restaurant, La Super-Rica Taqueria.
What he said.
It is just a cash-only place, so make sure you have cash. But the prices are super low and the food is super delicious.
Yes.
So come on.
Run away with us to Santa Barbara, Part 3.
This is wrapping up the Santa Barbara section. We went to a farmer's market. We didn't really buy that much, but we bought the few things that we did buy were delicious, and we'll focus on those when we get around to them. But they have farmer's markets a couple of times a week. One at night down the main street that we actually walked by. We didn't even know what was going on. We had just gone downtown just to look. And then this one, which is on Saturdays.
And California is well known for their farmers markets. And
as you saw in our Palm Springs video.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. Palm Springs was one of the first ones we went to for California. Palm Springs. And then, and now we wanted to go to Santa Barbara because we had been to one like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
A long time.
So we're very excited to go back. And we wanted to show you guys how these farmers markets compare to other areas of the country.
Absolutely. And they had live music going.
Yes.
Huge selection of both vegetables. Again, no Jimi Hendrix allowed. It is what it is. But everybody would love to see him.
Right. It'd be difficult with so many people.
But we would have just carried the little guy.
I know. Put him in a little baby Bjorn. He would have been fine.
It would have been fine. People would have just been like, boy, your child's really hairy.
But they have so many different things at these farmers markets. You've got food, big selection of flowers.
And lots of vegetables.
Yes.
Lots of fruit. They even had a bread guy. But the thing that I was blown away with was all the fresh flowers.
Yes.
And live music. The fresh flowers.
Yes.
Remind me a little bit of that one time we went to Seattle. We haven't gone in the RV yet.
That's right.
But we traveled to San Diego. Oh, wait. This goat cheese.
Oh, man.
It
was really good. Yeah.
They had all different mixtures of goat cheese. One with chocolate, which we tried first, and it was phenomenal.
Right.
And then one with apricots, and it was like an apricot jam goat cheese. And perfect on a little bread. And we just really loved it. But these flowers reminded me, as I was saying, of Seattle at Pike's Place Market.
And their prices really are not that bad. It's usually like $5 or $10, depending on, what kind of bouquet you want to get.
Yeah. And then there I am shopping the fruits and veggies, just making sure.
At that time, berries were big in season. So
this is the end of February. March. This is February 29th.
Oh, okay.
So March, 29th. Just almost March.
Yeah, almost.
March 1st on normal days, but February 29th for us. But the one thing, other than the flowers, that we just were blown away with was those, what were they? They're like nectarines or tangerines?
Yeah, it's like an orange tangerine.
But 0 seeds.
Yes.
So fresh. And we got a bunch of them.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So
and you
good.
could try them.
That was the thing I thought was great, that they had samples so we could really, and they were super knowledgeable. Obviously, the young gentleman's farm, but they were just super delicious.
That was our highlight of that trip.
Absolutely. The goat cheese and those were perfect. Yeah, we didn't get bread. We could have. Right. But there was, candles, honey, the things that you find at normal farmers markets. But overall, we like farmers markets just for something to do. Even if you don't buy anything, it's nice to go around and you get surprised a lot of times. And we got surprised by those, I want to say tangerines, but I know they're not. That's not it.
We'll just call them
those little orange things.
Little oranges.
There you go. And the goat cheese was fantastic.
And the neat thing is, there you can ask farmer questions. You can ask any of these people, whatever you like, that you may not normally be able to, obviously, at a grocery store. So it was just kind of nice to get some knowledge.
I agree.
From the people there.
100%. We also drove down to the wharf.
Yep.
Looked around. We went down there for nostalgia more than anything else. One of our first times in Santa Barbara, we went to a fancy dinner there at Brophy Brothers Fresh Fish. Really delicious, and you do have to pay for parking at that parking lot. I know we had mentioned in a previous episode a lot of places had free parking,
Right.
Not down at the wharf. Everywhere had pay, but it wasn't that expensive for the short time that we were down there.
Right. We were celebrating, so unfortunately we didn't take pictures. I'm usually big on taking pictures of food, but I'd missed it this time. But
sometimes it's nice just to have a celebratory meal
exactly
together and just gaze in each other's eyes.
But we would definitely recommend that fish place.
Absolutely. But this next place,
oh man,
you have to stop. If you like Mexican food, this is the spot in Santa Barbara.
It is.
La Super-Rica Taqueria. It's a mouthful, and this is what we said earlier. It's a little cash place, but Julia Child used to go there.
Yes.
From what we understand, Katy Perry goes there when she's in town. We didn't care about any of that, although it would have been nice to see somebody.
Yes.
More importantly, it was nice to see fresh food being made. I mean, they're making the tortillas, boom, right there, putting them on the grill.
Right. Great prices.
Great prices, all cash, outside seating, but covered. Got a great spot for the Jeep right there. But the food was phenomenal.
Yeah.
They just call out your name, and then you get your food. I'm going to butcher these names. It's like a Lorena Suizo. Then we had some tacos bisteca. And then we had the queso de cazuela. And when we got it, I was ready to have a bite of that quesadilla.
It was
so good. It was really delicious. So the quesadilla had diced up pieces of marinated pork,
right,
in between two of their fresh flour corn.
I think it was
corn. Yeah, corn tortillas, and they were cut it into little quarters, which is great. But they're small.
Right.
Prices are low, but it's small stuff. And then the steak tacos. It was 2 tortillas with a big pile. I mean, you had more steak than you had taco.
And it was nice because we actually just split up the 2 flour tortillas or corn tortillas, and we just put a little bit of steak so each of us could each have one.
And then they had a ton of different salsas and sauces. You got a few to put on. They all kind of looked like they had cilantro, so I was careful. And then it was like a cheese soup with tomatoes and tomato sauce, and then they gave you 3 corn tortillas, and you kind of dip it in, and I even like kind of scooped it on and made almost like my own fresh cheese quesadilla.
Right.
If we had known what it was going to be, you don't get much description from the screen, but they have one that has pork or diced up bacon.
Yeah.
Same, the cheese, the tomatoes, and tomato sauce, but with either pork or bacon. Probably do one of the others just to add that kind of little extra layer of flavor, but if not, the cheese and tomato one was phenomenal.
Just order a bunch of tacos because
they had steak, they had chicken, they had pork,
all kinds of flavors.
I think they even had some vegetarian stuff too. But it was a cute little place. The bathrooms were kind of around the back, but where the Jeep was, but neither of us had to go. And then we just got can of soda, right?
Yeah, we just shared a soda.
Delicious. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Once again, we appreciate if you've subscribed, and if you haven't, please feel free to hit subscribe. But exactly. Leave comments. If you like the video, thumbs up. They help us tremendously if you thumb up and comment for us.
Yep.
And then if you really want to know when a video comes out, because we're going to change things up for our Wednesday videos,
you get notified.
Hit the bell and you'll get a little notification.
Yep.
Thank you so much for watching.
We really appreciate every time that you watch, and we're trying to keep this content current and going and make it humorous and fun whenever we can.
How can we not? I mean, it's us. What are you going to do? So, thanks everybody.
Thank you.